Well. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green, I'm here with you once again. Thank you for joining me. Bienvenido. So glad you're here. Thank you. Shout out to all the members up in this bitch. Thank you for being here. Welcome all the non-members alike, but you don't have to be a non-member. It doesn't have to stay that way. You can fix it. You can cure your ills. Here's how you do it. I'm all about solutions, people. Bam! There it is. That's how you become a member. That's how you become one of the cool kids. And we're at the end of the month, which means next Friday, the first Friday of the month, will be a members only live stream. That's where we get in there, nice little intimate setting, and we chop it up. We talk about the happenings of the day. You want to be there? You want to not be square? This is how you do it. Become a member, people. Do the right thing. Did we learn nothing from Spike Lee? Do the right thing. The right thing is becoming a member. Boy. So shout out to all of you who were with me on Rumble yesterday. We talked about a lot of cool shit. We talked about the debt ceiling. We talked about more race swapping with the Lord of the Rings this time. Viggo Mortensen's character, Aragorn or some shit. I don't follow Lord of the Rings too much, but basically it's the character played by Viggo Mortensen. He is now a black dude. So Lord of the Rings got a taste of the race swapping. Sweet and sour sniffles have touched down again in China. So you know how that story goes. Starts over there, ends up over here. And Sloppy Joe. He did what he does. He got in front of a microphone. Oh, no, I take that back. It wasn't in front of a microphone this time. It was a Memorial Day ceremony with the Secretary of Defense, Austin, that dumbass. He's the dumbass who wore the mask and the face shield. Of course, then you have Kamala, the Uganda nightmare. She didn't say anything. She didn't cackle. But the star of the show was Sloppy Joe. He was literally like he looked like the puppet from Jeff Dunham, Walter. He looked like that, and he had that old man walk, the hunch. Oh man, what a fucking embarrassment! Like if you can make embarrassment into a human being, if you could take the word embarrassment and put it in human form, you would have his sloppiness, Sloppy Joe. Anyway, people, let's get to the important stuff. Who are the most important in our society? The kids. Let me pull this bad boy up here. Bam, boom, pow. Come on now. Come on. Pull this up right now. Go here. Go here. Then here. And then this one. No, I don't think it's that one. Let's see. Hold on. So I'm trying to pull up this link real quick because it's a link. Here it is. Okay, let's see if I did this right. I'll explain this in a second. Okay, let's see. Oh man, hold on. I thought I had this shit saved, but I don't. So we'll go back here. This one? Let's see. Hold on. Oh man. Anyway, my niece she plays, I mentioned before, I've gone to her meets and stuff. She plays volleyball for a league, and she does she goes around the state. And this time they qualified for nationals in Chicago. And I know I mentioned this yesterday on Rumble. I thought the same thing that you thought when you hear the word Chicago, but her father's going to be there with her. And I'll put it to you like this. If I had to send my daughter to Chicago, if she were doing something like that, and for some reason I couldn't make it, and she had to, and he had to take her for me, I'd be totally happy with that. Totally happy. I'd be fine with it because I know they would take care of her. So, but yeah, they have a fundraiser to raise funds to go to Chicago. So I had a link for it. And I'll find it. I'll get it in. I'll have my wife send it to me again. Let's see. Jay Reason, what's up, man? Jay Reason says we have a hater in the building. And I guess it's this dude here, Yatter. Call him Yatter because it doesn't fucking matter. He or she says, all caps. So you guys got to take this seriously. Okay, it's in all caps. And let's see, exclamation points in the front. I've never seen that before, only in Spanish. But usually if you're using an exclamation point in Spanish, the exclamation points in the front are going to be upside down, or what you call inverted. So you have the upside down question marks or exclamation points in the front, then the regular exclamation points at the end. But I guess Yatter didn't know that. But Yatter says, get a real job. You, again, all caps. So take this to heart. Okay. Get a real job, you lazy ass nigga. So this isn't a real job. This job brings in money. So how real? What do you mean? Like something with my hands? You mean something that puts sweats upon my brow? Yatter. I've done that before. But if this isn't a real job and this isn't something real, then why are you here watching it? What does that say about you, Yatter? Come on, I'm looking for more comments from Yatter because that first one, man, that was amazing. That was a banger, right? Get a real job, you lazy ass nigga. So I think you meant lazy ass. I'm guessing because you use Z's instead of S's. Jay Reason says, I was expecting the hard R at the end. Well, the fact that they use the A lets me know that it's probably a person of color. So that's it, Yatter? That's all you got to say? Get a real job, you lazy ass nigga. That's it. Oh, Tammy A said she zapped him. Damn it. Oh. Damn it. Tammy, if you can bring him back, bring him back. I appreciate you being quick on the draw and squashing that bug for me. But next time, hold on. I'll put the word out. I'll let you know when I want him to be gone, because it's fun to play with haters. It's like a cat with a mouse. You know, the cat knows it could kill it easily, but it likes to fuck around with it and play with it and slam it up against the wall a few times. That's all right, Tammy A. I appreciate it. You're just, you're doing your mod thing. But if I do come across a hater, I'll let you know when to drop the hammer, because I like them to stick around, because they either don't say anything else because they don't have anything else, or they come back with something stupid and they just make themselves look more and more stupid if that's possible. But no apology necessary, Tammy. You doing your thing. You're a mod. You're an OG mod. But sometimes I like to fuck with him. She says she can't undo it. That's all right. He earned it, or she earned it. It earned it. I hope they're still watching. That would be the best if they were still watching, but they can't respond. Yatter, you piece of shit. If you're still watching, fuck you, you piece of shit. Now go upstairs and give your mom a back rub, you son of a bitch. uh, what a way to start, huh, people? Anyway, where were we? Huh? Oh, yes. So anyway, yeah, my niece is going to nationals for volleyball to Chicago, and she is an 8th grader. Those girls are good. A lot of sacrifice on the parents' behalf and theirs as well. You know, there are a lot of their friends who don't play or don't do the extracurricular stuff. You know, these girls are giving up their weekends to hone their craft and be very good, and they are. And I mean, the last match I saw a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago at this point, that was the one with the Ku Klux Trans member as the head of security, and it was a dude. He had a 5 o'clock shadow, long hair, and a little tiny light pink backpack, like little leather backpacks like this big that women wear. My son just couldn't stop staring at him. Daddy, why does that man look like that? Daddy, why does that man have a pink backpack? Son, the answer is too complex for you, but I just told him he's just being silly. And he said, oh, but he just, son, don't stare. And he's like, okay. Son, don't stare at him. All right, Dad. I couldn't help it. Because it was too much for his little brain to deal with. That dude's a man. That dude's a man, but he's not supposed to look like that, Dad. I know, son. He's 7. He gets it. He's like, Dad, why does that man have a pink backpack? He's just being silly, man. That's all he can understand. That's further proof that kids have nowhere near these issues. He was just like, what? If he could have went, he would have. It was just too much. It's too much for me. But anyway, I need to get her link. You know what? I think I got it here. My wife sent me a text the other day. It wouldn't let me upload it on Rumble. So let's see. Okay. So that link opens. So let me try that. Copy to clipboard. Okay. Let's see. Bam, there it is. Now let me pin it to the top. There you go. So that is the link to donate to my niece's volleyball team to send them to Chicago to nationals. But man, the last match I went to, aside from the Ku Klux Trans member that was just blowing my son's mind, they were playing the number 2 ranked team. They were number 7 and the other girls were ranked number 2. You talk about high tension. I don't know if they allow gambling on adolescent volleyball games, but if they did, I know there was some money riding because it was back and forth because both teams were so good. It was back and forth. Those girls scored, and my niece's team scored. Then the ball is going to hit the ground, and one of the girls hit it back up in the air, and they hit it back, and then it spiked it, but then they block it, and they spike it back. It was crazy. And the heartbreak for those poor girls when they lose, we're talking tears. So these kids put a lot into it. I would really appreciate it if you could find it to donate. Thank you. Whitney Houston told us she believes the children are our future. Miss S66, all the way from the UK. Pop in that super chat cherry from long distance. Thank you, Melodia. Thank you, Miss S66, for the £9.99. Tammy A, quick draw McGraw. Yes, Tammy, somebody did pop it just before you got in there, but that's all right. Appreciate it, girl. Thank you very much. J954, the pride of Florida. J954, thank you for the 556. What's up, JG? out with the side bitch today. She loves when I shove all 10 in her and slap it in hard. Just lube her up real good too. Her name is Ruger 9mm. You know, to be honest, I got a few side chicks, and I think those are the only extracurricular relationships that my wife would ever be okay with. But I got you, man. I was out with my side piece on Memorial Day. Took the kids out. It was a great experience. I'm proud of my little child soldiers. My son was out there 7 years old with that Glock 21, 45. Boom, boom. He's like, Dad, can I shoot it fast? Go ahead, son. Boom, 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 boom. He loved it. Now, are they marksmen? No, that was their first time out. But if you're in front of them, they're going to shoot you. Might be one in the leg, one in the shoulder, in the stomach, but you're going to got. And they're getting good. We're going to go out there again. My daughter was afraid at first. My son was the total opposite. If I would have handed him a gun in the truck on the way out there, he would have loved it. He was ready to go. But my daughter was, is it going to kick back? Is it going to hurt me? She's very apprehensive. But I was patient with her. I think I probably showed the most patience ever with my daughter. As far as after she's been older. Of course, when they're little, you do. But she's 11 now. That attitude sometimes gets a little cranked up. But I was very patient with her, and she got confident. She shot the 9mm, the 10mm, and the 45. She did great. You know, of course, the very first thing I told them, the very first thing, when we got to the range, I've told them about trigger discipline before. I've mentioned to them, you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. My son, he'll even do that. He has good trigger discipline on his toys. When he's shooting his toy guns, he keeps his finger off the trigger till he's ready. So I think he's learned. But the first thing I told him was, you don't muzzle yourself or anybody else, meaning don't turn your gun. Even if you're doing something with it, you don't have it turned to the side. There's people over there. There's vehicles over there. You always have it pointed downrange. So they were very good about that. And one cool thing for me, what was one of my favorite things about taking my children with me to shoot, was that I didn't have to load any magazines. That's right. I taught my daughter how to use a loader, and I didn't load shit. She was like, oh, you know, kids get with the shoulders. Oh, Dad, sorry. I don't load magazines anymore. Now that you guys are coming with me, that's you. But loading magazines is beneath me. So it was nice to have them all loaded up. All I had to do was grab them. It was cool. Real nice guy next to us. He had a 22 pistol, so the kids could shoot that. He gave us like a cup with some rounds in it, probably 50 rounds, and 4 loaded magazines. Real nice dude. Everybody's cool. Isn't that weird? Everybody is so nice and respectful when everybody has a gun. I don't know. I'm just being a crazy taxpayer. That's all. Don't listen to me. DJ John T, all the way in Sweden, yeah. Can you help me with my rucksack? Thank you for the super sticker. I don't know what Swedish money is called. SEK? Is that how you say it? I don't know what it's called, but I appreciate it. How about that? How about it? How about it? Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. I thank you for thinking of my finances. Thank you, man. He says, man, I was hoping to goad the yapper into using Super Chat and paying Uncle J. They will do that. Shout out to my man, Jay Reason. I was on one of his live streams, and there was somebody in there. It was talking sports. You know, it's a highly emotional topic. And this dude was talking shit. I was talking shit about the Raiders. And if you're a shit talker, like I can be, when you know you got somebody, you can feel it. When you know you got somebody, when you know you can piss them off, you know exactly what to say, you know exactly what buttons to push. When you got somebody, that feeling is something else. And I knew I had this guy. So I kept talking shit about the Raiders, and he was so mad and wanted me to hear what he had to say, so to speak, or see what he had to type, that he was super chatting his comebacks. It was fucking beautiful. So when you get a dummy like that who's just so mad, on the keyboard, and they just, oh, he has to see my burn. This is a burn. He has to see it. They'll pay. Remember that shit, Jay Reese? Ch and Ching. Those are my two favorite people. Man. Diesel. He says, Jericho, I would have had your neck against the fellow Raider fan. Diesel is a Raider fan, guys, but don't hold that against him. We've all made bad decisions in the past. I'm no different. He chose to be a fucking Raider fan, eh? A fucking Raider fan. That's right, Max Bang, Cha, and Ching. So that was fun. Diesel says, I meant have your back. Yeah, I know what you meant. That'd be kind of weird. I got your neck, dude. What? What? King B, what up, man? Oh, man. He says, my dad was a sheriff, so been shooting guns since knee high. That's right, man. That's great. And something I was telling my daughter when she was afraid, I said, sweetheart, all you have to do, this is something you have to do. You have to do this, gain confidence, and you won't be scared. So I used to be afraid. My dad had a 410 shotgun, and we had a ranch. We had pigs and chickens and geese, all that shit. And one of the geese, it was their turn on the menu. My dad had the pot of water boiling down the hill. You know, you dunk them in, take the feathers off and all that shit. And he's all, go up there and bring me the goose. And he handed me the 410. I said, no, I'm scared. And he said, well, the fire's going, so I'll be expecting a goose. So what did I grab? I grabbed my trusty Daisy BB gun. Don't you let me down. Remember, you get BB gun fights? No more than 5 pumps. And you're like, 17. Bam. But yeah, I had to figure a way out. But I was scared of guns when I was a kid. But you just something you gotta do. Next thing you know, not only are you not afraid of them, you're looking forward to shooting them. You're looking forward to maybe getting another one, trying a new caliber. You know, it becomes fun. Raquita Johnson, what up, gear? Weapon X, Jericho, you ever try bow hunting? No, I have not, but I would love to. I have friends who have been bow hunting and stuff like that. Man, them arrow tips, come on, those fucking things are crazy. Yeah, I'm down to do some bow hunting. Hell yeah. So my buddies would show me some of the bows that they have. Oh, man, those things are crazy. And then, of course, watching the Olympics. That's one of the events that I like to watch is archery. That shit is. I like to watch anybody do something they're good at. I don't care if you're a world champion floor sweeper. If you're good at what you do, I like to watch people do that. And then the archery, man, how fast they do it, all the equipment, like the thing they have on their wrist, and they pull and the draw and all that stuff. It's very interesting to me. But enough about me, huh? Enough. Let's get to these generous folk. Jay Reason, top of the order. Here we go. Thank you, Jay Reason, for the Hamilton. People, you like sports? You like to, maybe you're in a position where you can't watch the game. You can only catch it on YouTube. Or maybe you're looking for something better on YouTube. Jay Reason is where you will find it. Doesn't matter the sport. His skills can be transferred to whatever type of sport. He runs a tight ship, the graphics, the commentary is great. Basically, he's commentating as the game's playing. He's giving you the play-by-play, and he's good at it. Thank you, Jay Reason. He says, get a real job, JG. Don't work for yourself. Stay a slave to the matrix. We love the haters. Fuels the engagement. Yeah, like, what the fuck? So, hold on, Yatter. Wait a minute. So, stop being self-employed and spending more time at home and with my family and being my own boss. Go work for somebody else and let them be my boss? Great idea, Yatter, you fucking idiot. What does your mom's breast milk taste like? Because I'm sure you're still breastfeeding, you sick little bastard. Ew. Ew. Fucking gross, Yatter. Piece of shit you are. Alien, robot, ghost. Thank you for the 762. Said it's hard to accept, but you know it's true. What, alien, robot, ghost? Is this another dig at the Navy? Huh? Mr. Kojak, thank you again. Hats off to Jay Reason and his world-renowned TikTok opponent. That was a good time. I'm telling you, this is one of the upsides of everything going woke and everything mainstream going woke. And to be more specific to Jay Reason's expertise, like saying ESPN, all that garbage is causing sports fans and fans of whatever to fan out and find other outlets, because you can find people just as, if not more intelligent, out there in YouTube land or on other platforms. It's not just, we're not beholden to the alphabet networks anymore. We're not. You guys want to do stupid shit, just like I said about what I mentioned about beer, Bud Light, Miller Lite, Anheuser-Busch, whoever. You guys want to get stupid? You guys want to start doing dumb shit with your product and trying to push bullshit? Fine. People will fan out and find it elsewhere. People are going to get fucked up. People are going to drink their beer. And if you don't want the beer they drink to be yours, fine. Run them away. Scare them off. Do some stupid shit. They're going to drink it. So they will find somebody else, maybe a smaller brewery, maybe a local brewery, a brewery they never would have tried because they would have stuck with your stupid woke ass. But you fucked it all up because you put a Ku Klux trans member on a can. Then Miller Lite comes out with some stupid commercial saying, actually, women invented beer, and we're trying to scrub the internet of the women in bikinis. If you want to do stupid shit like that, fine. I'll take my burr money elsewhere. Hey, local brewer, you want to get rich? Here. I was going to give it to Anheuser-Busch. I was going to give it to Miller Lite. But they like women with ding-dongs. I can't get down with that. Here, local brewery. Oh, man. You taste even better. What was I thinking? Where have you been all my life, local brewery? Now my beer money will go to you for the rest of my life. And when my son comes of age, Dad, let's have a beer together. Oh, Dad, this is good. Local brewery, now you have my money for the rest of my life. And the beat goes on. How stupid can you be? Pikmin, exactly. Ilana Glazer is not funny. That's the girl who was in that Miller Lite commercial. And she had a show, it was about 10 years ago now, called Broad City with some other girl. And this is pre-woke. Oh, the pre-woke days. Where are you? Come back. I promise we won't hurt you. Come back, pre-woke days. This time it'll be different. This time we won't destroy you and run you off into the night. Pre-woke. Come back. Spunbearing, I see you posted Yatter ? It was a hater in the comments earlier telling me to get a real job and calling me a lazy ass nigga. I think he meant ass, but he put Z's instead of S's. I have this thing where I read shit properly. Never mind. It's crazy. Patrick C., member for 3 months in Green Nation. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You know what? This is what you deserve, Patrick. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate your loyalties. Loyalty will get you everywhere. Tracy CC123, you look like a fellow shipmate there in the world's finest Navy. Thank you for your service. Says I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Beer City. My beer money has been going to local breweries for 33 years. You get it? Put that money in somebody else's pocket, somebody closer to home, somebody you could actually meet someday. So yeah, those people are fucking stupid, man. And with social media, people can put their shit out there, start gaining some traction. Look at 805. I don't know if that's strictly a West Coast thing, but I believe it's from the West Coast. But it's a brewery called 805, and they were small. And then I'm not sure what made them pop, but all of a sudden they blew up. 805s everywhere. All the liquor stores, all the grocery stores, 805 is everywhere. And where is that? It's the area code where they're from. Yeah, San Luis Obispo. And if you're from Cali, you call it SLO, San Luis Obispo. So it was a local beer. Now they blew up. Fucking 805 is everywhere. Let's see, 805 beer. According to the market research firm IRI, 805 ranked as the 9th best-selling craft beer in off-premise retailers in 2019, growing dollar sales 12.7% to $60.4 million. That's not bad, right? Can you guys stretch $60.4 billion for the year? You probably, right? Probably be a couple days you got to eat some bologna sandwiches here and there, but you could probably stretch that. That's about, what, $5 million a month? That's not bad. I mean, I could live on it. What did Crocodile Dundee say? I mean, you could live on it, but it tastes like shit. You could live on it if you had to. Oh, fine. I'll cut my budget to $60 million for the year. So yeah, 805 started in San Luis Obispo, California, is doing pretty good. Jay Reason, Ford boycott, Bud Light boycott, Starbucks boycott, Target boycott. The list is getting long. It is. And speaking of the Target boycott, this is why I named the live stream the Canadian Blue Bitch. Because we have another coward. We have another cowardly athlete who did the unspeakable. So the Toronto Blue Jays pitcher, whatever his name is, he called for a Christian boycott of Target because Target is putting tuck-friendly swimwear in their stores for children. Okay, I get it, Alien Robot Ghost. Thank you. So that's a bit of a problem, right? What do they say? That's actually problematic. That's really problematic. So he called for a Christian boycott. And then what happened? What happens when you speak against their golden calf? You get backlash. So instead of standing up to the backlash, the old bag, Alex Stein looked great. That shit was terrible. I couldn't look at that. He went to Target and put on one of the tuck-friendly bathing suits, and it was not okay to see. But message received. So he got the backlash, and instead of standing up to it and saying, basically, what's the other guy, the hockey guy, who said, look, I don't believe in that. It's not my lifestyle. You do you, but for me and what I believe, I can't get down with it, because he didn't want to wear the alphabet soup group colors for their Pride night. So that's how you handle it. Yeah, Reamer, thank you, Mads. That's how you handle it. I'm not saying you got to get confrontational. You can if you want, whatever. But I'm not saying you have to. But especially with guys like that, they represent an organization, so they got to tiptoe. But there's a way that you can stick to your beliefs and try not to piss people off. But of course, anything you say against them is going to piss them off. So instead of doing that, sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to offend anybody. And I'm going to use this as a learning experience, and going forward, I'm going to do better. Blah, blah, blah. Corporate apology, copy and paste. Just, put white out over the last idiot's name, write this dumbass's name there, and he's going to speak the same words. You're just giving him more ground. You think that when you apologize, they're going to say, okay, Toronto Blue Jays pitcher, you're cool. No. Now they put the leash around your neck. They put the collar around your neck. They've attached the leash, and now you're going to follow them around and do what they want. Now you're their bitch. Now if they need you to cut a PSA, or now if they need you to say this or say that, you're going to fucking say it, because you've shown yourself to be a weenie. You've capitulated. You've bent your knee. You've folded. So now you're marked. Now they know you're easy pickings. What a jackass. So he apologized. I'm sorry. Moving forward, going forward, I'm going to do better. No, you're not. Like you're really going to sit down and, oh, wow, after reading this literature, blah, 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 blah. That's right, Mad. You signed that contract. They send these motherfuckers to sensitivity training, anti this bully classes. Man, get the fuck out of here. If it's not traffic school or some course that I'm paying for or CCW class, I'm not taking no course, a class on what? Man, please. You're taking no fucking course. And what's that going to do? Oh, you know, I've completed this 8-hour course. Now I get it. You've completely changed my belief system. Nice. That 8-hour course, that Saturday afternoon, completely restructured my beliefs. Shut the fuck up. And, oh, man. You ever see something, and I hate to use this word because it's one of those words that's overused, but you ever see something so cringe? Remember that was Adam's homegirl or homeboy. He acted like a homegirl with his homeboy in He-Man. Cringer. He's such a weenie. But you ever see something so cringe or cringe-worthy that you're just like, I need to pause. I can't take all that uncomfortableness at one time. I got to break it up. The CEO, the man up top, he has the office way up there. Here's the secretary. He just presses a button and speaks orders into the phone, and she's always there to answer. The CEO, the chief executive officer, the man at Chick-fil-A. I'm sure a lot of you love it. I love it. It's great. Staff is always kind. They got the best lemonade in the game. That's our when we go on a road trip to visit my mom or something, we always stop at Chick-fil-A. Best lemonade in the game. The CEO was on some podcast, and I don't even know that much about it. I just saw the clip. Shout out to my man Oliver Mack, aka at Right Winged Angel. And he was on some podcast with these two black dudes. And he was telling a story about how he was at a church or something, and this black guy was all upset about the racism in the town. And so this white dude goes over and starts shining his shoes. Like as, I don't know, an apology for the racism, which is weird because unless you were a racist to this guy, what are you apologizing for? It's the same as California with their reparations. You didn't partake in Jim Crow or slavery, so what the fuck are you doing? So the CEO of Chick-fil-A, yeah, that Chick-fil-A, gets down. He has a brush right here under his arm as he's talking and telling the story. And he gets down, and he's like, even if they have tennis shoes, and he's like brushing this dude's tennis shoes. The guy looks tall, so I don't know if he's some kind of former athlete or something. I don't know if that was his podcast or he was a guest too. But he gets down and starts brushing this dude's shoes and then gives him a hug. Like, first of all, wait, hey man, stop. No, you have to do it. It's cool. No, I get it. You're telling a story, but no, what are you doing? You don't brush my shoes. That's weird. And then you hug me for what? I just met you. Yeah, Spunbrain 65 on his knees. From what I understand, there's only one thing you're doing in front of a man on your knees. You just, in the world of a man, being a man, there's just some things you don't do. You don't do that. Like there's no better way to show that you're a beta than to do that. Like, what would they call him? A cuck? He would sit there and let some dude, probably let some black dude drill his wife's fucking poon right in front of him. Just yeah, man, reparations. I'm so sorry for my ancestors' transgressions, man. Get in there. Get down, get to the bristle in that fucking clan. What the fuck are you doing, dog? Hell no. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and I'll show you some footage so you can be just as weirded out as I was. Peacekeepers in Chicago. I know. Peace, Chicago, hilarious. But over the holiday weekend, there was something like 53 people shot. I'm sorry, before I even continue. This was just over a 3-day weekend, by the way. Memorial Day, Saturday, Sunday, got Monday off. Actually, I think this was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So either way, 3-day weekend. 3 days. 53 people shot, 11 people killed, and 3 of them were what? That's right. 3 of them were children. Because if you're gonna fucking shoot a bunch of people, well, you gotta shoot some kids. What? They're kids, so what? They can't be shot? Oh, I get it. You people outside of Chicago, you hold children's lives in a higher regard. You probably think the same about elderly and animals, right? Well, here in Chicago, we don't give a fuck, and we shoot everybody. 3 children. But they got a new mayor, and he's really going to change things. He wants the youth to be heard. They need to be understood and know that they have resources. That's what he said. His fucking words. Remember when the hordes of those little nigglets went to downtown Chicago and a bunch of them surrounded a man and his girlfriend and beat him and took all their belongings? He said those kids are just misunderstood. You remember that shit? So he just wants these people to be understood. And if who wants to take the bet that some of these shooters were not teenagers? Who wants to take that bet? Who thinks that none of the shooters were teenagers? You want to take that bet, people? You think they weren't? I'll bet against you every time. How much you want to bet? 100, 1,000, 1,000,000? Because I'll guarantee you some of those shooters were the teens that just need to be understood. They just need a community center to go shoot basketball at. Yeah, young black kid who needs to get off the streets, who needs a reprieve. Reprieve. That means a break from something. It just, sweet and sour sniffles popped in my head when they shut down all the schools and all those kids were stuck at home in those crazy violent environments that had no reprieve. Anyway, but I'm sorry, that's sidetracked. My mind wanders. But hey, young black kid, young adolescent who's most likely to get gunned down in this fucking war zone we call the streets of Chicago, aka America's shooting range. Young black male, go to that community center over there and just get off the streets, get in there, hoop it up. Matter of fact, I think the community center is closed. You can go to that old high school over there. We'll open it up for you. It's right in your neighborhood. It's right down the street from your house. You can go. Hold on. Damn it. My producer's in my ear. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, man. You know I'm doing a live. No, that's not true. I'm not going to say that. They opened it up for who? But the black kid lives here and he's going to. So you're telling me they would open it up for them, but not the resident? Are you sure? Because that's some wild shit. And I don't want to go on my lot. Yeah, I trust you. No, you've never steered me wrong. All right. Bye. Ooh. Hey, guys. How you doing? You guys look great. Have I told you how great you look? I'm sorry. I was thinking that they would open up that old high school so the children of Chicago, The children of Chicago could get off the streets and maybe do something productive in their life and maybe get a little piece of safety in their day. But it turns out that they're opening that high school for illegals. But Chicago, you have a black mayor. You have a black teacher activist mayor. He's black just like you. He's your skin folk. Right? He's your skin folk. He looks just like you. He has your best interests at heart. So, of course, he's going to get in there. He's going to roll up his kente cloth sleeves, and he's going to go to work for you. Hey, Chicago, don't be ridiculous. Motor Love 1968, what's up? How you doing? She says Jericho has the best show producer. He's good, but he's always interrupting me right in the middle of me making a point. But I guess he just wants to save me from giving misinformation. Not misinformation. Authentically Kennedy, what's up? Mama to be. So that's crazy. Chicago opening up facilities that could be used for the people that live. Never mind. I can't even say that with a straight face. My bad. But anyway, there were, I think, 30 peacekeepers out and about in this area in Chicago, and they just couldn't crack the code. They just couldn't they couldn't get it. They didn't know how to keep the peace, but you're peacekeepers. But in order to keep peace, you have to first make peace so it can be kept. You guys, I'm sorry. Sometimes my publicly educated mind just starts rambling and I start saying dumb shit like that. My bad. Big booty Latina. What's up, AOC? He or she says, we just need to fight the white man's oppression, y'all. That's it. Don't worry about the bullets in your back. Worry about the boot on your neck. Worry about the boot. Worry about the white man. Not the man who's coming through your city and shooting 53 people, killing 11 of them, and 3 of them children. Don't worry about that. Worry about the white man. Fuck you, boy. Authentically Kennedy in shithole Stockton today. WTF? What the fuck is wrong with this place? Authentically Kennedy, stay indoors if you can. Run to your vehicle when you leave and burn rubber. Stockton, if you aren't in one of them big ass strip malls off the highway where they have everything, do not venture into Stockton. Okay? If you're not in one of them big ass strip malls, keep it moving. Unless you like meth and homeless people and bullets. Keep it moving. Do not stop in Stockton. Now, if you don't believe me and you go to Stockton and something happens to you, don't come crying to me. I'm trying to let you know. Tara and Isaac, Sons of Anarchy. There you go. Just add some cows and some agriculture to it. There you go. Don't do it. Authentically Kennedy says, only here because of my husband. This place is trash. I'm so concerned. Well, you're there with him, so you're good. You're good. You're all right. I thought you were there by yourself. You have to take one of them damn one of them GPS watches that the people who do like the extreme adventure shit, so they can hit the GPS and come get rescued. Don't go into Stockton unless you got one of them GPS watches so the authorities can come pull you out of that shithole. Will Parker says, R.I.P. Stockton, grew up in Modesto, and we never went there. John Lamas Jr., Glockton. When you got a nickname, that's all you need to know. Ron Fuego, say what's up to Nate Diaz. Yeah, those fools are from there. Those some thuggish dudes. Below, don't give up. Man, so Stockton been that way since I was a kid. Yeah, just if you don't have business there, you're good. Just keep smash right through there. Authentically Kennedy says, I'm not allowed to travel long distances. Hold on. I'm not allowed to travel long distances only. My husband won't let me drive. He takes me everywhere. Boom, you got a chauffeur out of the deal? Long distances alone, yeah. You got a chauffeur and security out of the deal? Somebody's winning. Oh, and tonight, it's Wednesday, people, so you know what tonight means. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, double impact. Gabe, Sean, myself. It'll be on Gabe's channel. Matter of fact, let me get the link right now and put it in the description box. Make sure you hit that like button too, people. Hit that like. Even if you don't like it, hit the like. I like it. And I like you. Boom. Copy the link. Here we go. Now we're back. Comment section. Bam. There's a link right there. Don't forget to hit that link up top. It's pinned. You guys feeling generous, huh? You got some extra money wadded up and stuffed in your pocket. You need something to spend it on. Help the kids. Damn it. My niece, amazing volleyball player. She is going to nationals in Chicago. Don't worry, her dad's going with her. And they're raising money to go. Costs money, people. Kids are expensive, but these girls deserve it. They work hard. So allow them to continue their journey. Max Banks says, I'm the color of paste, but actually mixed race. I carry because I never know who hates me in which area. Hey, Max Bang, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Sweet Mama G, did my wife get back to you? Because she just sent me a message yesterday, but I think she just tagged me in it. I don't know if she sent it to you too, but I definitely briefed her on your situation. I hope she was helpful. That's right, Max Bang. Shit. You stay strapped, crazy motherfuckers out there. I mean, what do you expect people to do? You close all the insane asylums, and then you tell all these people, nah, do you, boo. Do you. Don't worry about getting arrested. If you do, we'll just give you a little, huh? Get out of here. Get out of here. You go on. You little crazy homeless fucker. Get out of here. But yeah, tonight, double impact. You got the link right there. Tonight, we will be discussing scene by scene. Oh. A little while back, we did this movie called The Marine, starring John Cena. Oh, it was a tragedy from beginning to end. Horrible acting. Good actors. You had, what's his name? Fucking Robert Patrick, the Liquid Terminator. He was in it, but he did a horrible job. And John Cena was awful, and the special effects were awful. Everything was terrible about that movie. And we somehow made it through that. But tonight, we are going to be discussing No Holds Barred, starring Hulk Hogan and Tiny Zeus Lister, R.I.P. Zeus, a.k.a. Debo. Tom, I think his name is Tom Lister. I'm going to say 80 to 83% of the script was just, I mean, this movie is a masterpiece piece of shit. It's bad. Bad. So we're going to be breaking this one down. It's so bad. I'm going to tell you how bad it is. It's so bad. Dookie. There's a dude in there that says Dookie, and he shit his pants. And no, it's not funny. You're thinking, oh man, the dude shit his pants? That's got to be a funny scene. No, it's not. Creole lady says my husband has that Debo eye. Sometimes this comment section keeps it way too real. Thank you for that, Creole lady. But this movie is, I can't even put it into words. I'm going to try to put it into words tonight. But you've never seen anything like this. It's so bad that it wasn't streaming anywhere. Gabe bought 3 DVDs and mailed a copy to me and Sean and kept one for himself so we could watch it for the live stream. It's so bad that it's not streamed anywhere. And they streamed The Marine. It was on Prime, Amazon Prime. They have a movie called Uncle P, written, directed, and produced by Master P, starring Cheech Marin. That movie is terrible, and they stream that. They wouldn't stream No Holds Barred. That's how bad it is. So unless you have the DVD or you have a good memory from when you were a child, it's going to be tough to get your hands on. But don't get your hands on it. Don't. Brian King B, thank you. He says Uncle P was horrible. Heidi Booth, what up, dear? Get in here. Old Sweet Dick Malone, No Limit Records, great record label. They used to put out an album every week. Somebody from his camp put out an album every week in the late 90s. But Uncle P, the movie? Authentically Kennedy, can we do a watch party for all the Friday movies? I can't do that, Authentically Kennedy. I will only do the first 2. Friday, next Friday. Friday after next, I can't be a part of that atrocity. That movie was a war crime. But let's speak of the generous, shall we? It's always fun. J954, thank you for the 223. He says, Yatter, definitely a basement living niggle. Show. I can't dispute that, man. I cannot. That's a 100% factual. Thank you, Ron Fuego, quoting the great poet. He says, pretty women make men buy beer. Ugly women make men drink beer. Al Bundy, 1 through 4 TDs in one game. He did. He had the pose and everything like that. Thanks, Ron Fuego. Appreciate that. Mr. Comic 2009. Thank you, man. He says, I like women. OG women. You got to be careful. You got to preface that these days. Because you can't just say, I like women, because you don't know what's going to come running over there. Be like, I'm a woman. Blah, 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 this thing flopping in the front. This fucking tall boy, 24-ounce soda can dick hanging off the front. Be careful what you summon these days. OG women, original women, double X chromosome women, real vagina women. You got to put something out there in the front these days before you say woman. Because now they're carrying something. The new ones are carrying something a little extra. The Drunken Sailor. And don't think I didn't see that comment where you said you're a Cowboys fan, but I'll let that slide. So what's up, shitmate? First super chat, and you're the reason I even started my own channel. Keep giving these MFers hell. Go Cowboys. I knew you were going to put that bullshit in there. Everything, the first part of that comment was great. The last sentence, I'm going to leave that off. Thank you, Drunken Sailor. I'm glad I could help in any way. If you have any questions or concerns, anything I may be able to help with, man, you hit me up. Jericho Green 2018 at gmail.com. Shit, mate. Tammy A. Making it rain again. Tammy A says, I would be the first one kicked out. No, not you would be 1A because I would get kicked out first. I would make sure of it. but I thank you. J.P. Irvine. Thank you for the Hamilton, bruh. Says, sup, JG, I got a question for you. How many, if any at all, woke athletes are going to come out later and apologize for being wrong on so many of these woke, nonsensical issues? Thanks for all you're doing. I don't think any of them are going to do it because they probably won't even think that they did anything wrong. They probably think that they're on the right side of history. They'll go on thinking that bullshit. And they won't say anything. They'll stay quiet and slither into the darkness or hope everybody forgets, and they go on playing whatever stupid sport they play. But the thing is, we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget that shit. I don't think any of them will ever apologize. They don't have it in them. They're too narcissistic. They think everything that they're doing is right, even though it's crazy as fuck. So they're not smart enough, to be honest. They wouldn't even realize they did anything wrong. What? But you said that men can breastfeed. So they can. Oh, never mind. Christian, yo, hoser. You talking about? Thank you, man. He says, who's the Canadian blue bitch? The pitcher from the Toronto Blue Jays. He called for a Target boycott because all the weird shit they're doing, and then he came out and apologized like a bitch. Max Bang, I thank you. She says Cena committed stolen valor in that movie. He could never hang with the real U.S. No way. One thing we still joke about on Double Impact is the salute. He gives a salute. First of all, his arm is crooked as a question mark, and then he comes down and over with the salute, not dropping it right back to his side. It comes like down and over. It was weird. Like they had no military consultants on that set at all. They couldn't have. If they did, that the dude would sleep under a shady tree because he wasn't watching what was going on. The most simple details. A salute. They don't let you out of boot camp until you can do that right. It was terrible. That movie was just dog shit from beginning to end. And it's still better than Double Impact. No holds barred. Brendan Gerzlak, man, thank you very much. He says, Pence to announce presidential run next week. If your last name isn't Trump, you're not going to get far. Plus, it's Pence, for God's sake. Yeah, there's been talk of that for a while. He hasn't made his official announcement, but as soon as I heard that, I was like, are you serious? Mike Pence, how far do you think you're going to get, bro? Why are you in there? Are you in there to try in some minute way take votes away from Trump or something? Or is he going to get out there? Here's what I think they're going to do with Pence. Authentically Kennedy, my husband gets all triggered when people don't salute right in movies. That's real shit. Your salute and your uniform, because it's so basic. We're not talking some shit like some special ops, top secret clearance shit that only this small esoteric group of the military even knows. Everybody in the military, I don't care if you're a badass special ops or a grunt or you work in the office or you do laundry. It doesn't matter. Everybody goes through boot camp. And what they're going to teach you is how to march, rank and recognition, and how to salute. It is so basic. That's why people who are in the service get so pissed. You could get a sea cadet to come on set and show you how to do a proper salute, how to put on your uniform, where your ribbons are supposed to be, your gig line. We're talking military 101. This is military 105. This is what is it? In college, the higher the number, the lower the intensity of the course. So this is military 201. You could get a C cadet, an ROTC kid that can teach you the shit that they let fall through the cracks in these movies. It's infuriating. One of the worst offenders is G.I. Joe, the movie, the one with Channing Tatum and those other assholes. The first one had Marlon Wayans in it. And these motherfuckers, all right, now, when you're out in the field, especially if you're doing special ops shit, you might grow a damn beard. You know, you don't have to adhere so closely to the uniform code when you're out in the field. That's understood. Things are happening, especially if you're in a war zone. They're not tripping. You're not getting inspected every morning to make, hey, you missed a spot. Recruit, drop down, give me 25. It's not so strict, but these fools were at a full-blown military ball. At a military ball, you're back home. You're not in a war zone. You're at a base, and it's safe somewhere. So you now can adhere to the uniform code firmly. Now we expect you to. Now you're back home on base. Your shit better be squared away. These motherfuckers had goatees. You are not allowed in the United States military to have a goatee. There are guys who have no shave chits, usually black dudes, because if you shave too much, you'll get ingrown hairs. So they give you a no shave chit so you can allow your hair to grow out for a while. The ingrown hairs go away, and then you can start shaving again. But even then, you just have to let it grow. You can't edge it up. You can't make a goatee and all that bullshit. You're at a U.S. Army military ball, and you have a goatee, you'll be stopped at the door. Go shave. That shit pisses me off. So, what's the most ridiculous of these stories? Before we delve into that, wait, hydrate one more time. Tumblr. You can get this on mygreengear.com. Get your green gear, people. Summer's coming. You want to look good. Oh, and what is the date today, people? Somebody tell me in the comment section. We're going to tear this Band-Aid off together. What's the date today? Yeah, Weapon X. Ice-T was Army. Yeah, what's his name? Drew, whatever, the host of Price is Right. He was in the Marine Corps. That dude, Rob, not Rob Hubel. The other guy, funny dude. He's on Fox football or Fox NFL, whatever. He was in the Marine Corps. A lot of actors, I can see their face, but I can't think of their name that were in the Army and shit like that. Yeah, Drew Carey. Thanks, Solomon Gray. Yeah, Drew Carey. Hey, you got it authentically, Kennedy. She said 1 day before doom and gloom month. Are you guys ready to be Rob Riggle? Thank you. Rob Riggle, he was a Marine. I think he was a Marine pilot. Are you guys ready to be allies? Huh? You guys got your lip gloss? You need to keep those kissing lips ready, because the only way that they are going to accept your allyship, your allyhood, I think your allyship, I don't fucking know. But the only way they're going to accept your allegiance, how about that, is if you have to, oh, sweet Dick Malone, queer month. The only way that they're going to accept your allegiance is to actually get out there and be in the alphabet soup group. You guys need to go out in public and start making out, kissing, rubbing, fondling, fingering, stroking, licking, sucking, and fucking people of your same gender. That's the only way. It's 2023. Stop with your "yeah, I support you" with the signs in your front yard and the bumper stickers on your car, going to the rallies, making your rainbow signs and shit. That's right, John Lamas Jr. Pride check. And we're doing that every single day in the month of June to make sure you're checking your pride, to make sure you're being an ally. When's the last time you strapped it up or strapped it on and went out there and fucked somebody of the same gender to show support? Huh? When's the last time? Get out there and show your support. They need your support. They need your acceptance. But the only way they're going to accept that, the only way they're going to accept your acceptance, that's a lot of accepting, It's for you to get out there and demonstrate. No longer words. You got to show it. And I see some people in here typing, taste the rainbow. No, you got to feel the rainbow. Ooh. You got to let the rainbow come up behind you. Put both hands on your shoulders and ooh. You're going to feel the rainbow now. Okay? And it's going to hurt. But it doesn't matter. Because the most important thing from June 1st to June 30th, some people are going to say, what about Juneteenth? What about Juneteenth? It's going to be overtaken by the rainbow. All right? Get ready. Lube it up, stretch it out. I don't know whatever you got to do. That's right, Richard Pole Schlong. Rainbow, it's a vibe. Ooh. You guys better get ready. Stop fucking around. Now, me, I won't be doing that. I'm going to abstain from showing my allyship, but I'm just saying, if you want to be an ally, that's the only way that they're going to accept your acceptance. I just have a feeling. Derek Marsick says, paint your dicks rainbow color. This is the last day of sanity. Oh, Derek Marsick also says, you're on your titties. Paint your titties rainbow too. Not the titties need any sprucing up, but hey, you want to add some color to them to really get into the game. Go ahead. But this Pride Month, and it has no pride in it, let's be honest. But June, it's going to be the nastiest one yet. Because they've never had the support like that they have now. It's never been so wide open, so to speak. That was gross to say. But it's never been like this before. It's never been so widely accepted and promoted, cheered on. Oh, yes. Silence is violence and all that bullshit. Pride and celebrate. Because it's pride, man. They have pride in who they are. But when's the last time you saw a pride parade where people were talking about being proud of who they are? And your sexuality is fucking silly. It's a silly thing to be proud of. Big deal. It means nothing. So what? It's like someone says, I take care of my kids. You made them, motherfucker. Yeah. So what? You're not going to get a participation trophy for that. So what? You fuck somebody. Wow. Nobody cares. But when do you ever see them being proud? When do you see a PSA during June that says, we are proud of blah, 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 blah? It's always some weird shit. It's always some freak. It's always a parade somewhere where it's just a live action porno because for some reason they're allowed to break the decency laws during the month of June. I saw one last year, people butt ass naked, vaginas and dicks resting right on the bike seat, riding around a parade, butt ass naked in front of children. It's June, man. It's cool. That's not pride. That's being a pervert. And finally, Pride Month is 30 days of Halloween. You got people who do weird shit and they dress in weird ways all throughout the year. And they probably get made fun of and get strange looks. But Halloween is their night to shine. Halloween is the night that they can be themselves. Halloween is the night that no one's going to make fun of them because they're dressed up and looking fucking crazy too. So June is 30 days of these people being perverts, and now they can go do it on the sidewalk. Now they can wear assless chaps and have shit hanging off their testicles in public. They don't have to go to some weird club, some underground shit, somebody's house. They can do it outside now. And all the letters, LG, blah, 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 all that shit, you're just gay. You put under one letter. Q in LGBTQ means queer. Isn't that what gay people are? This shit is stupid. But here we go. You better strap in while they strap on. It's going to get nasty. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you again. He says the only allies, in my opinion, were in World War II. Well, brace yourself, Mr. Comic 2009, because they want you to be an ally as well. And not like they did in World War II. This is going to get a lot more gross. Thank you, Chozo Ghost, for the Hamilton. He says, I have a special present arriving tomorrow just in time for the start of Pride Month. A CMMG descent chambered in 300 blackout. Hey, I can be prideful of that, can't I? Today you can, but not tomorrow, Chozo Ghost. Not tomorrow. All your pride and happiness and joy needs to be funneled into the movement. It's not about you and your happiness and your pride. Come June, it's about theirs. It's about them. Ew. So ridiculous. Oh, let's talk about the Canadian blue bitch, since it's the title and all. So we'll go here. Bam, which will take us here. Then we go here. And now we're there. You fucking pussy. Oh, I made a post. Please forgive me. Yeah, we'll forgive you. Let me see that baseball bat first.
I recognized yesterday I made a post that was hurtful to the Pride community, which includes friends of
I made a post that includes what I'm talking about.
Mine and close family members of mine, and I am truly sorry for that. I just spoke with my teammates and shared with them my actions yesterday. I apologized with them. And as
yeah, I'm sure the teammates wanted to be called into a meeting where this guy can talk about some post he made about boycotting Target. I'm sure there was a lot of give a fuck in that locker room.
Right now I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself, to make better decisions moving forward.
What are the Blue Jays resources to better educate himself and make better decisions moving forward? What resources would a baseball team have to help you not talk about boycotts because it goes against your Christianity? Sounds like some of that sensitivity training. Sounds like some of the anti-LGBT blah, 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 hate training. Sounds like you're going to lose a couple Saturdays, brother. You about to be in a class somewhere learning how you're a hateful piece of shit because you're a Christian. And because you don't celebrate our agenda and you don't help us, you're a fucking monster. They're going to get some drag queen up there to cry and call you names. The Blue Jays resources. What the fuck does that mean?
The ballpark is for everybody. We include all fans at the ballpark, and we want to welcome everybody. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
You're a bitch. What a bitch you are. Oh, I made a post. What a pussy. Never apologize, man. Never apologize. Now they got you. Now you belong to them. Now you're part of their stable. Now when they need to call upon you to do their bidding, you're going to do it because they know you're not going to go against them. They know you're not going to fight back. What a pussy. So let's see. Pull it up here. Man, you hate to see it. And it probably wasn't even that bad. But it went against their golden calf. You don't fucking do that. You don't do that, you little shit. So let's see. Ooh, no. This one. Okay. It says Blue Jays Anthony Bass. That's the name of the pitcher. Anthony Bass endorses Bud Light Target boycotts over LGBT blah 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 promotions. Toronto Blue Jays reliever Anthony Bass is facing backlash over an Instagram post boycotting Target and Bud Light, which have been publicly supporting the Alphabet Soup Group rights. On Tuesday, Bass reposted a video to his Instagram story that appeared to be an anti-Alphabet Soup Group, and discuss, quote, biblical reason Christians should boycott Target and Bud Light. The video was initially posted by the verified Instagram account, Dude with Good News, which is run by blah, who gives a fuck. Here's the reason biblically why I believe Christians have got to be boycotting Target, Bud Light, and other corporations that's pushing the things they're pushing, the video shared to Bass's Instagram story said. I think a lot of people make this into a political issue, or they say, oh, what's the big deal? Miller went on to read a biblical verse and vowed to, quote, expose the darkness Target is shoving into children's faces. In the caption, Miller wrote, in part, Target has begun pushing the messages of transitioning to young people. Bass did not provide any commentary himself beyond promoting the video. Really regretting my decision to not throw popcorn at him while he was warming up in the bullpen on Saturday, one Twitter user wrote in response to Bass's post. He's a clown, another said. The Blue Jays have a scheduled event to celebrate Pride Month on June 9th when they host the Twins. The first 15,000 fans to enter the stadium will receive a Blue Jays rainbow flag jersey, or as I call it, a big old piece of toilet paper. In response to Bass's post, a team spokesperson told Toronto City News the organization is proud to celebrate Pride Month and that individual players' sentiments are not representative of the club's beliefs. The Blue Jays bring millions of fans together across Canada and are committed to providing an inclusive and welcoming experience for all, the club said in a statement. The Blue Jays are proud to celebrate, listen to this shit, LGBTQS plus. I thought it was LGBTQIA plus. Now it's 2S. So you guys, if you guys have the LGBTQIA model, you're behind because now it's the LGBTQ2S plus model. It's like cell phones. Oh, you only have the S? I got the S plus. Oh shit, you're outdated. Including a special 4th annual Pride weekend at the ballpark June 9th and 10th, and the demonstrations of allyship, I did use the right word, allyship, all month long around the park. Why don't you guys just play some fucking baseball? How about that? LGBTQS plus. What's it going to be next month? You can't keep adding shit to it. On May 24th, Target corporate announced that it was pulling some of its Pride products due to the threats impacting our team members. I doubt people were threatening the staff. They're threatening your company, you piece of shit. Bud Light is engulfed in a separate controversy after its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, partnered with transgender influencer, blah, blah, blah. Since then, sales have fallen. We already know that shit. Let's see. Bass made headlines last month after he spoke out following an alleged incident with his pregnant wife on a United Airlines flight. At the time, Bass took to Twitter claiming a United Airlines flight attendant made his 22-week pregnant wife, Sydney Ray Bass, get on her hands and knees to pick up the popcorn mess left by their youngest daughter, the youngest daughter of 2 years, or 2-year-old. Bass added the United Airlines was handling the situation internally, and he and his wife, blah, blah, blah. 35-year-old pitcher deleted his tweet. So basically what he did was he shared something on his Instagram stories that was pro-Christianity and pro-Christianity and pro-boycott against Bud Light, Budweiser, blah, 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 Target, all those fucking weird companies. And he got some backlash and took it down, and you just heard his pussy ass apology. And here's something that I heard the other day that really took some hope away, that this woke transgender pushing tuck friendly bathing suits and blah blah blah, how all this shit is not going to go away, and how the companies don't give a shit. And I'm going to try to remember as best I can. So who is it? Target he was talking about. Target is owned by shareholders, and two of the three main shareholders are some other company, and one of them is BlackRock. BlackRock is in all kinds of shit, but these are the shareholders. So if you're a company that has shareholders, that's who you're beholden to, are your shareholders. They hold the shares of your company. They are in charge. So it's not like it's a publicly traded company where it's up to the stock market, where basically the customers have the control because they decide, well, I'm gonna shop at your business or I won't. But they have shareholders. So the shareholders, there's this company that basically grades you on how you support the alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux Klans. There's a company out there that gives all these corporations a grade. And if you get a bad grade from this company, that can affect your business and piss off your shareholders. So the video was basically saying that people can boycott all they want. That's not there, because basically these companies aren't trying to please you, customer. They're trying to please their shareholders. So if their shareholders are sick of the woke shit, that's when they'll stop. If you, Vanguard, thank you, Nico Giorgio, thank you, BlackRock and Vanguard. So those are two of their biggest shareholders. So that's who they're going to please, not you, the consumer. So you can stop going to Target, you can stop buying their items, and you can boycott in front of the store, and you can post shit on your social media or whatever you can do. But they don't give a shit because they're not beholden to you. James Bateman says he saw this. So you know what I'm talking about. When I saw that, I was like, damn. So it doesn't matter what you do. If these companies have shareholders, that's who they care about, not you. So they don't care about a boycott. Now, if like everybody stopped going there to the point where these stores were shutting down, then I think that would get the attention of the shareholders. But do we have the fortitude to do that, to stick with it long term till it gets to that point to where the shareholders say, oh, okay, we got to change something because now we're closing locations and we're hemorrhaging money? Peace out, Max Bang. I mean, will we do that? Will we stick with it long enough? So I was like, man, that was very disheartening to hear that. Yeah, the James Bateman, they lost $9 billion in a week. Rex Rocker says boycotts will work. I certainly hope so, man. Because I have no plans of going into a fucking Target anymore. Tuck-friendly bathing suits for kids. Come on, dog. That's fucking weird. That is too fucking weird. You want to see something else weird? Y'all want to see a dead body? Watch this shit. Here's the CEO of Chick-fil-A.
Some of our closing moments here, but a story that was shared.
See that brush in his left hand? Keep an eye on it.
Shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival, on the front seat was an older African American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow in that service. It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just...
I'm sorry, what? So you see the dude over here, he's like, what the fuck? No way. And here's a black dude right here.
Just go right on over and shine their shoes. And whether they got tennis shoes on or not, maybe they got sandals on, it really doesn't matter. But there's a time in which we need to have, some personal action here. Maybe we need to give them a hug too, brother.
And some stock in Chick-fil-A.
But I bought about 1,500 of these, and I gave to all our Chick-fil-A operators and staff a number of years ago. And so any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment, beget with an apologetic heart. I think that's some of our closing moments here.
So an apologetic heart for what? Sense of shame for what? For what happened? Why? Why should you feel shame? Why should you feel a need to apologize? For what? What'd you do? Huh? What, dog? You gonna let some dude get down on his hands and knees and scrub your shoes? That's a bit much. That is a bit much. Now I don't know if I can fuck with Chick-fil-A anymore. What kind of shit is that? And then for that guy to let him, I'd have pulled my feet back and said, no, thank you. I'm cool. Like, would you feel like, like, why you? That would feel weird. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You don't need to scrub my shoes. It ain't that serious, dog. I'm not dealing with oppression or the effects of slavery. What do you think? Why do you feel the need to do that? What do you think I'm thinking for you to think that it's okay to do that? Do you think I'm just, oh man, life, black in America, fuck? Is that what you think I'm thinking all the time? Why do you feel the need to come over here and do that? Joyce Decker says Chick-fil-A also hired a diversity CEO. Get the fuck out of here. How come society was running just fine before all this? How come Chick-fil-A and all these countless other businesses in the Pentagon were running just fine without having a diversity czar or some kind of diversity director? That's so stupid. Why are you're the CEO? What the fuck are you doing? And he handed those brushes out to a number of employees. So what are they supposed to, if they feel the urge, if they feel their white guilt welling up, they can go grab that brush and scrub those feelings away? And what kind of black person are you to stand there and let them do that? I'm not downtrodden. I'm not oppressed. Stand the fuck up. You want to help me? Give me this food I'm about to buy for free. Help me keep some money in my pocket. And like that guy said, give me some stocks in your company. You want to help me? But don't do it because you feel some... What the fuck? Where do they get that feeling from? Where do they get that feeling from? Where does that feeling of white, where does that that guilt-ridden white liberal come from? How does that happen? Hey, maybe give him a hug or something. Hey, brother, sorry about what? Man, that's weird. That was fucking weird. He got down on his hands and knees and scrubbed another man's shoes. Okay. Don't forget, guys, the link is pinned to the top. Please show some support for my niece's volleyball team. They are going to nationals in Chicago. They need some help. Peacekeepers in Chicago. Speaking of, what a segue. What a segue. Chicago, what's going on? What are you guys doing? What happened? What happened? Oh, what happened? Chicago. I think Memorial Weekend means something different in Chicago. Like for the rest of us, it means we're remembering those who died in service to our country. But I think in Chicago, it means a bunch of you are going to die this weekend. That's what it means. Like they're not mourning the deaths. There's gonna be a bunch of deaths. Let's see. Trying to find one because there's articles about or that are before Memorial Day weekend. Let's see. These people got to know what's going on in Chicago. Chicago Sun-Times. I remember they'd always mention Chicago Sun-Times in the Siskel and Ebert episodes. Chicago Sun-Times gives it 3 stars. Yellow vested peacekeepers funded by the state will patrol Chicago streets Memorial Day weekend. 30 members. 30. Okay. 30 members of a crisis prevention and response unit are set to help out at large street gatherings to try to help keep the peace. But as I mentioned before, you have to create peace in order to keep it, right? If there's unrest downtown or mass shootings elsewhere in Chicago this Memorial Day weekend, often among the year's most violent weekends, a special team of 30 peacekeepers wearing yellow vests will be mobilized to help calm things down. To help calm things down, like help console the mother of the person who just got shot as she's, my baby in the street. Is that what you mean? Governor J.B. Pritzker authorized funding the anti-violence strategy in 2021 when he signed the Reimagine Public Safety Act. Imagine, it's fun, it's thoughts and dreams. Creating the State Office of Firearm Violence Prevention. More than 500 people have been hired as peacekeepers trained to de-escalate conflicts in 102 hot spots in 14 Chicago communities. They're only on duty from Tuesday through Saturday. Here comes the money part. You know how you're scanning an article and you can see the numbers that pop out, whether it's percentage or dollar sign? Here we go. The money for the program in the current budget year, 500 people total. I guess maybe that's support staff, but 30 peacekeepers, a special team. Here's what it says, a special team of 30 peacekeepers wearing yellow vests. The current budget for these 500 people for peacekeepers, $11 million, is set to increase to $30 million in the next year, according to state records. So they're about to grow by almost three times $11 million for a program of 500 people. The program has ambitious goals, including having 0 shooting victims in 70% of the more than 100 designated hotspots. Every 3 months. To date, Department of Human Services spokeswoman Marissa Calais said these standards are being met. Really? From February 15th, when the program was launched, through April 5th, 90 of the 102 hotspots had 0 shootings, according to a study by the Center for Neighborhood Engagement Research and Science, which also found that other locations had 22 shootings compared with 23 over the same period last year. 2 peacekeepers were wounded, 1 shot, and the other stabbed. The findings here are primarily and in no way represent a casual relationship between the peacekeepers and the violence reduction, said the study, which also described a wary and sometimes hostile connection between peacekeepers and the police. In addition to that larger program, the state is spending $750,000 on a crisis prevention and response unit for at least 30 specially trained peacekeepers. The unit is available 24 hours a day every week to respond to shootings in Chicago and will be active during the Memorial Day weekend, according to DHS. So from February 15th to April 15th, 1 month, 90 of the 102 hotspots had 0 shootings. So you went 1 month without any shootings, and we're supposed to celebrate that. What about the other 10%? What about from April to May? Praying, marching, and cooking out. Violence prevention workers fan out for Memorial Day as shootings continue to rise in Chicago. Let me show you this picture right here. I don't know if this is a leader or what, but I don't trust nobody that looks like this. Call me crazy. Call me biased in some way. I don't care what you call me, but I don't trust nobody that looks like that. The jewelry, the hair, nah. The glasses, nah, man. You look crooked as fuck. I'm cool. I don't trust that dude. I don't trust him for a minute. You look shady as fuck. All that money flowing through there. Come on, you think that dude ain't taking his piece off the top? Come on. The Kojak, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, I forgive you, but my Tommy gun doesn't. Isn't that, was that homeboy from Home Alone? You got to count it 10 and get your no good carcass. 1, 2. And how there would be nothing left of somebody if you emptied an entire Tommy gun magazine into them like he did. But I think that's where it's from. Brendan Gerzalak. Thank you, man. He said, thank you. He says, it's because of that picture is why I believe all celebrities and athletes are giant ass kissers. It's weird, man. It's almost like, what do they threaten them with? You're going to lose it all if you don't apologize. Like, why don't they just say, nah, fuck that. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. I'm not going to infringe on your beliefs. Don't infringe on mine. I'm not doing that shit. But they bow every time. The background here, I'll show you guys real quick. Hold on. It's a scene from The Last Dragon when he has the glove. One of my favorite movies growing up. James Bateman, he looks like a pimp, right? I don't fucking trust that guy. He looks shady as hell. Jalon Arthur talks about the program on which Illinois Peacekeepers program is based during meetings last year at the Garfield Park. Blah, blah, blah. So Jalon Arthur. I don't trust you, Jalon. Sorry. But you don't know him. I don't know. So the peacekeepers were out and about. I think I read a story where one of the guys was actually robbing people on duty. So that didn't work. He got caught up robbing somebody on duty. So let's see. That's not good. You're supposed to be peacekeeper. It's in the title. He's like, man, fuck that. That's easy pickings. It's easy pickings. Go back to the Chicago Sun-Times. They're so nice. City's most violent Memorial Day weekend in 7 years. Intolerable, Mayor Brandon Johnson says. Oh, intolerable. That'll show him. Chicago gangbangers. It's intolerable. Oh, shit. Hey, let's pack it up. Let's pack it up. The mayor called it intolerable. Not intolerable. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson released a statement condemning the deadly violence that the city suffered over Memorial Day weekend. It's deadliest on record, according to a report. The weekend saw 53 shootings. And, I thought it was, my bad. I thought it was 11 murders. It's 12. 53 shooting victims and 12 murders. The violence our city experienced this weekend is intolerable. It produced pain and trauma that devastated communities across Chicago, and my heart breaks for everyone affected. This holiday weekend, thousands of police officers, first responders, city workers, business leaders, organizers, faith leaders, and the violence interpreters tirelessly dedicated themselves to keeping Chicago safe. I offer my deep gratitude to all those involved. We have much work to do, but the work performed by these individuals this weekend is the foundation of how we will ultimately secure safety again. Really? Something's not working. Something's not working. Chicago's mayor said he remained committed to utilizing every single resource at our disposal. He added, as a result of their efforts, thousands of Chicagoans and visitors enjoyed themselves safely at beaches, festivals, and neighborhood events across the city. Tragically, however, too many others were unable to. But I know none of us will rest until every Chicagoan can safely enjoy all the beauty that our city has to offer. Wow. 53 shot. A 20-year-old man was fatally shot Sunday morning after two men approached him at least one open fire. No one is in custody in relation to that incident. Several of the shooting victims were bystanders standing on the sidewalk. How dare you stand on the sidewalk in Chicago? 3 men were shot while standing on the sidewalk Sunday morning. One of the victims, 22, was taken to the hospital in good condition with a gunshot wound to the leg. Another male, victim 32, was also reported in good condition with a gunshot to the back. 9-year-old killed, woman wounded in shooting near Chicago. A 9-year-old killed. That's fucking awful. A 9-year-old boy was fatally shot and a 20-year-old woman wounded during an altercation outside a home in a suburb south of Chicago. Officers responded about 6 p.m. 9 years old. Wow. A caller told 911 dispatcher that her grandson had been shot. The boy suffered a gunshot wound to his abdomen and died at a hospital, police told reporters. The woman's wounds were not considered life-threatening. Cook County Medical Examiner's Office identified the boy as Omuri Jones Brown. Denise Jones, the boy's grandmother, told WBBM that her granddaughter had a fight with another girl at school. The other girl and some of her friends then drove to Jones's home. They fought outside, and a teenage boy. Man, what did I say earlier? Oh, yeah, that's right. I said, who wants to take the bet that none of these shooters were teenagers? Because I think they were. But who's going to take the bet in the opposite direction? Nobody. A teenage boy who was in the group of girls began shooting. She described her grandson as an honor roll student who loved to dance. The boy had been staying with Jones after his mother moved to Chicago. His mom moved out, and he stayed here because he didn't want to go to Chicago because he was afraid of getting shot. No mention of a father in there. Mom probably wasn't shit. I'm not sure how you move somewhere and leave your 9-year-old with this grandma. Grandma shouldn't be raising kids. I know things happen, but grandma shouldn't be raising kids. What's going to happen when that boy's a teenager? What's grandma going to be able to do? But his mom went back to Chicago, and he didn't want to go because he was afraid of getting shot. So he ended up getting shot. But yeah, peacekeepers, guys in yellow vests, they're going to do it. They're going to quote, calm things down. Well, thank God. Thank God, because nobody's ever thought of calming things down before. So weird. J954, thank you for the 223. Great point. But Chirac has strict gun laws. Why so much death? Yeah, they make it really tough for you to get a gun. So why is the gun violence, as they call it, still a problem if you've choked off all the guns, or it's really hard to get one? 9 years old, shot in the stomach. So that's usually not a bang, you're dead kind of wound, right? That's usually bang, writhing in pain, bleeding out, screaming out for his mother, crying, I don't want to die. Probably something like that. 9-year-old kid. Because that's how Chicago wants to do it. But don't worry, there's guys out there with a hell of a budget. 500 people, $11 million budget. That's going to almost triple to $30 million next year. Good job. Nice job on Memorial Day weekend. Peacekeepers. 30 people. How many people live in Chicago? Why 30? Even if all 500 went out, they're not going to stop anything. Do they have any guns? Do they have law enforcement training? Do they have tanks? Armored personnel carriers? If not, it's a wrap. And you heard the story, a teenage boy who has no regard for life, does not value life in any way, was probably raised in violence and foul language and squalor. His mama and them were probably a bunch of violent bitches who solved everything with their hands. So here he comes, a teenage boy showing up to a fight with a bunch of girls. What the fuck are you even doing there? And he pulls out a gun and starts blasting and shoots the 9-year-old girl or 9-year-old girl's brother in his stomach. But peacekeepers are going to help. They're going to help solve that. That's this mayor's big fucking plan, is peacekeepers. How about some peacemakers? How about you bring in the peacemakers before you bring in the peacekeepers? Because a bunch of people with conflict resolution skills are not going to help stop these savage motherfuckers from gunning each other down. They're shooting innocent bystanders. People who don't got nothing to do with it are getting shot. Teenage boys got their hands on fucking pistols and they're shooting 9-year-olds and killing them. And you're up here talking about some bullshit. Well, plenty of people enjoyed themselves in Chicago. Not the 53 motherfuckers who got shot and the 12 who got killed. Did that 9-year-old boy enjoy himself as he laid on the pavement dying from a gunshot wound to the stomach? Go, Chicago, go. People, speaking of Chicago, let's take it. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it out of there. My niece, the link is pinned at the top. She's going to nationals in Chicago. Help the kids make it. These are the building blocks for the rest of their lives. These girls could get scholarships and go to school for free. Help them out. Appreciate that, guys. What a great live stream this was. Almost 2 hours. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about the past. Let's worry about the future. The future is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Double impact. Myself, Gabe, Sean, on Gabe's channel. The link is in the description box. I'll put it in there one more time. Whoop, there it is. Join us tonight as we break down scene by scene No Holds Barred starring Hulk Hogan. And no bullshit, side note, here's a little back info. This movie was actually written in 3 days by Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon in a hotel room. Were there piles and piles of cocaine in there? I don't know. But it sure looks like there was based on this fucking movie. That's right, None the Miser. I'll see you there. Don't let None the Miser be alone. Be in that comment section ready to go tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Double impact. No holds barred. Let's go. I thank you guys for being here. Bro Man Dude, Iger Sanction, that Clint Eastwood movie. We'll get to that. That was just the first 5 movies we're doing of his. We'll definitely revisit Clint Eastwood, probably the greatest actor in movie history. I'll have that debate with you gladly. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.